Hey guys, it's Arica Angelo again, your dating and relationship expert. And I am here with CEO and founder of Magnet, the new dating app that everyone is talking about that you have to get. And we're talking about everyone's favorite subject, not just ours, everyone's. Which is sex. Hey, let's talk about sex, baby. And with the whole movie coming out, 50 Shades Darker. This is the whole thing that like has women running to the movie theaters and buying their books and spending their nights with their Kindle. And so we want to talk about sex and what it is about all this that's driving women crazy. But I have a really interesting question to ask you. In the movie, the first one, this girl's like she's a virgin, she's never had sex, and he opens up this whole new world of sexuality to her. So she goes from like this girl who's never had sex to a very sexual person. Sure. I have a question to ask you. How is it, there's a lot of women, we struggle a lot with body image now. You know, we see Photoshop women.
Men too, by the way.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you think about the actors are like ripped.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a topic nobody's talking about. But hey,
right.
That luckily women are smarter. They don't think that the physical aspect is as important as men think of women.
True. So there's this pressure on women to like have the perfect body. So when it comes to sex and we're butt naked and it's like a man wants to access our body, like there's all this like hiddenness, like I don't want to show him this, turn off the lights, and it just starts getting really awkward. How can a man make a woman feel more comfortable with her body, with sex?
Well, first, comfort should come from yourself.
Right.
So it's honestly a way at that point to tell, okay, this person is really okay with her body, regardless if it's the standard she's looking for or it's not. So of course, showing appreciation. Showing appreciation is like, wow, that's even for the hairstyle down there, like or the lingerie too. But when you're naked at that point, it's like, wow, that's impressive. And showing, and both with words and with acts.
Right.
You should really like, shows you're not like, this is not my thing, but more like at that point you're both horny. So just get to the pleasure, honestly. Right. If she wants to have the lights off or like dim light, go for it. Don't ask lights on all the time. Again, that's you want to ease the woman into a situation where she is comfortable. So it could be it could take a while to get there. Right. So the seduction part before the date, try not to eat too much.
Yeah.
You know, because like the belly. So if you go on a date, maybe salmon cheese, but not go like a full entree with the first, second, dessert. You can keep that for date 2 or later. Yeah. The first time you want just drinks, alcohol, it's great too. Don't care too much at that point.
Right.
So not say get her drunk or get yourself drunk. That's stupid. Glass of wine, because the wine is interesting as a kind of alcohol. You know, every alcohol is different.
Wine is magic. It's beautiful.
Especially, I was reading articles about how actually women are more into wine when we're getting into a sexual point where you're more like open.
Right.
Talk about
it's like a zipper and it just kind of unzips everything.
And it depends from the taste, of course. You're not gonna force, but that's usually a good way to ask a girl out. It's like, oh, so you like wine or beer? Oh, I'm more into wine. Oh, perfect. I know this wine bar, you know.
Excuse my tummy.
Yeah.
I found that with me feeling more comfortable with my body, there were 2 things that a man could do for me. One was through verbalizing like, oh my God, your skin is so soft. It's like silk. You look phenomenal. I remember one guy, he was infatuated with my wrist. Of all things. And we were, thank you. We were sitting at a bar and he would go, oh my God, this is the most beautiful wrist. And in the middle of the bar, started kissing all over my wrist.
That's a strategy, is to arrive at touch you, an excuse to touch you.
Right.
To put yourself in a situation where...
But we were already seeing each other.
Okay.
Yeah, we were, for some reason, obviously that element of touch awakened me.
Yeah,
but it was a verbalization of just like paying attention to the details of my body and calling them out and speaking about them to me, that as a woman made me feel almost like proud of my body.
Yeah. And we reconnect to communication and storytelling as
yes,
we talked about in the previous video. So it's important to describe and show you really care. Even just, okay, let me see, ask her to turn, to see everywhere.
Yes.
Because you're really interested into.
Right.
And not treating her like as a piece of meat, but more like, oh wow, I mean.
This masterpiece is object of art that you just have to uncover and see every element and aspect
and
of
it's
it.
important to be confident yourself. Otherwise it's like, oh, okay, he's like not so sure, maybe it's me.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
It's like a mirror. You need to project light in order to get light back.
Right.
You know, so that's key. You need to be comfortable naked with your body. Again, even if it's not to standard, at this point it's like, hey, it is what it is. So like,
yeah, here I am.
Yes, that's it. That's me. And at this point, again, alcohol is really useful, especially when you don't have too much experience. So you have to fake. You have to fake feeling confident. But again, if you're not confident, she's probably not gonna be because of you, and vice versa. As a girl, probably you need to feel confident in order to have the man. So it's like it's a teamwork at that point, you know. So you get there eventually. That's why dating is important. You just find what you like or you don't like. You shouldn't just jump into a relationship because you have an idea of what your soulmate should be. One is probably gonna change within the years. Two, unless you really experience between communication and episodes and experience with this person, you're not getting exactly what you're looking for. Then we can connect to the idea of desire and what we want. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different, but that's entirely another topic.
We should do that on the next video.
Yeah.
So the other thing I found was also this also made me feel very comfortable in my body. I noticed a big difference from men who were just like woohoo, this is exciting, to a man who was like very present and in the moment.
Oh yeah.
That was huge. That to me, because I wish I had the words to articulate it, but it made me feel like this prized possession that he was he just completely adored. And like, I can, as a woman, you can feel it. We're very intuitive, and I can feel the difference between a man who's very present in what he's doing with me and with my body, and when a man's just like freaking out and just like, oh, this is fun.
Speaking of which, be careful, because placing a woman on a pedestal is important at the right moment.
Right.
If you put it before, girls don't like these guys like all over me, you know. That's why you end up in a friend zone.
Right.
But if it's at this point where you're both intimate, yes, that's perfect.
Yes, because the other is neediness.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I need you to do something for me, and
the
it's
nice guy thing is like, oh no, you're my queen, so you do this. Like, it's actually doing the opposite.
Yeah, I haven't earned that right in your life, so the fact that you're giving it to me, something feels weird about this. You're
probably like, again, you need that.
Yeah. And ew, I don't want to have to babysit someone. I want someone to be my man. I don't want.
So pretending you're not so interested, it's part of the game of seduction. Mm-hmm. But then when you're in the bedroom, you should twist it like, okay, you are the only one I care about now. You're my queen now. If she wants to be the queen, sometimes actually.
Right.
Again, it's about communication. Some girls, they like to take,
take charge.
Take charge, take control. Just ask. Maybe again, it's something you're not okay with, so you're not the right match.
I'm gonna back up something. You said act like you're not interested, that's part of seduction. I don't know if I agree with that. I've never ever been with a man that gave me that game. If I felt that game, I would be like, I don't have time for this. Women are intuitive.
But if you think about it, like, it's not like the perfect strategy. But again, instead being neediness and...
no, the neediness is...
So it should be something in the middle. Show interest, but at the same time, you're not desperate.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it's better to a bit ignore her because she's like, okay, these other guys are like all over me, but these guys kind of ignoring me.
Don't you think there's a balance, though, that you
course,
don't have to ignore her, but you
know,
don't have to be needy? There's something in the middle?
It's more in the middle, in my opinion, it's more like finding the right moment of using your flirtiness and retreat.
Right.
And the timing is everything.
Yeah.
It's like a comedy, if the joke is not arriving at the right moment, it's not making you laugh, regardless how good it is.
Right.
So understand how busy this person is, how he's into you, and try to understand, like, okay, should I contact her? Don't play the game, but at the same time, don't be like a slave.
Right.
She's nice.
Right.
Model.
So what could we wrap it up with in terms of what are the ultimate what would you say are the top 3 ultimate things that a man can do for a woman with making her feel comfortable with her body?
Okay, so be comfortable yourself.
Yeah.
Be open to show that you're in charge if she wants to, but at the same time, you're open about your emotions. Show like your, let's say, weak side, but more like
vulnerable.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very sexy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, so that's again another topic where well, guys are supposed to be masculine and macho, while they should be allowed to cry at movies. And should be allowed to do things that are considered girly, and vice versa.
Absolutely.
So we were talking about sex in the previous video. Like, girls should be able to talk about sexuality, and a guy should be able to talk about emotions.
I completely agree, 100%. Guys,
those are, in my opinion, the points where you should be taken care of if you want to get a point where your partner is open to and comfortable doing a sexual act.
Yeah. Brilliantly said. Alessandro, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, don't forget, get that app. It's called Magnet. It's the new dating app that everyone's talking about. I've gotten to see it. It's absolutely brilliant. You're going to love it. It's totally different from everything else out there. Yeah. And so we'll bring another video right back to these guys. What do you say?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.